Welcome Capricorn to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 11th of March for the Sun, the Ascendant, or if you choose the Moon. On the screen now is the event chart for when you start this week. You can see there's a big cluster of energy in House 3, the sign of Pisces. And that's where we had the new moon right at the end of last week. So the energy of that is very strong as we go into this new week. The third house is your everyday interactions, siblings, neighbours, your community through the internet. It can be our tech itself, the actual hardware. Certainly it's how we think. It's very Gemini-like really. And ironically, of course, Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, has been in Pisces, but you'll see it has made way over the weekend and it's arrived in Aries. So that's the big change over the weekend. But the energy of the new moon is still very strong. But as we begin this week, Venus is going to make its way out of your second house, where it's given you a real appreciation of good food and good wine recently, and perhaps blessed you with some a surprise or two financially, and that's moving into Pisces. But Venus loves being in Pisces. Mercury that's left and gone into Aries really dislikes being in the sign of Pisces. And last week, Mercury got mangled by Neptune. So if you did feel a bit low in energy and spirits towards the end of last week, I think it wouldn't be a surprise. Your nervous system may have felt drained. And also Mars and Uranus were in a combative right angle, which peaked on Saturday. Now that's still ongoing as we come into this new week. What's the story behind that? Well, I feel if you have felt a bit more impulsive about spending money or having some treats, and someone close to you saw it in a different way, it may have created some real tensions. Maybe the tensions is just being within yourself. Then again, you could have found yourself really drawn towards someone and found them almost hard to resist, but also knowing that that person isn't necessarily the best person for you. So there has been a bit of that energy around. Now Venus moving into Pisces, it's a lovely transit. It loves being here. It's exalted. And Venus is going to bless your self-expression through to the 4th of April. Don't be surprised if someone is just really taken with your tone, your ideas. You could be talking to another friend and someone will just chime in and just really warm to you. But of course, Saturn has been your ruler in this area since March the 7th, 23. And it's possible that there have been a few times when your conversations with people have jarred a little bit or haven't flowed as you would like, or someone's taken something you said slightly the wrong way. There's a window opportunity now for communications to flow much more peacefully. But it doesn't change the fact that Mercury, the planet of communication, has moved into your 4th house, which can be an inward area for our thinking. It's just it's in the fire sign of Aries, and it actually forges an ace link to Pluto. So if you did want to do some deep thinking about where you live and how you live there, the connection of those two will see you cut right to the core of any matter very effectively. Now, as this week draws on, the Sun starts to apply to Neptune, repeating what Mercury did the week before. It's interesting because the Sun's coming to the end of its entire journey through the sky, and it's going to move to the start of its journey on the 20th of March. This connection to Neptune could see you thinking, 3rd house, about your philosophies. It could see you thinking about your creative interests. If you're someone who's really good at photography or writing, you could be absolutely brilliant towards the end of this week. So a great time to engage with those talents. Maybe you enjoy poetry. Maybe you're writing a book. If you are, you can be inspired with the Sun applying to Neptune. It's just that physical vitality may be a little low. There is a quarter moon which occurs on Sunday, just when there is a Neptune cazimi, which squares up that cazimi. In the sign of Gemini, for you, that's the 6th house. So 6th, 3rd house is where we can get caught up in trying to be a bit too virtuous, and third house energy is quite highly strung, and then we try to do too much and then we don't achieve very much at all. So if you are thinking of doing any do-it-yourself tasks as the week draws to a close, and I can absolutely guarantee that I won't be doing any do-it-yourself. If anyone asks me about do-it-yourself, I've got one answer: do it yourself. But as this week draws to a close, if you did find yourself tempted to clear up some domestic chores, don't give yourself an unending list. Just prioritise, because I do feel that your vitality will be a bit, it could, if you focus on those more imaginative and creative things, I think you could have enough. But if you try to do too much, suddenly you could feel a little bit bereft. But on the whole, a very positive week for you, Capricorn. If you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand more serious astrology, check out my special chart offer. You can get your forecast and your character analysis for 30% off. Searing insights, totally unique to you. Please see the link beneath this video for more.